Right, we've just been watching the Arsenal against Man City match where it's finished Man City 5, Arsenal 0. Another spineless performance. Can we get worse? Right, good evening, people. My name is JR and I am the FR what can I say? What can I say? Well, firstly, welcome, Richie Rich. How are you?
Yeah, JR. Yeah, I'm here, wounded. But yeah, what can I
It's
say?
becoming a common occurrence, isn't it?
Well, I've been saying for months now that Arteta is way over his head. Um, Man, I just can't believe what the lineup I saw today. I thought, where did that come from? Kolasinac, Chambers, come on. Against Manchester City?
Do you
Come
know
on,
what?
man.
Do you know what? I was looking at that because
Nah.
I actually saw the lineup late, and I looked at it and I was thinking, Kolasinac, hasn't this guy been sold yet? Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Or is he not due to be sold up? The last I heard, he was due to go to Fenerbahce, and he's in our starting lineup against Man City. I mean, for me, that was scandalous. To be fair, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand what Arteta was trying to do. I mean, he obviously changed. He changed the formation. He it looked like he was playing a 5-4-1. So we had five at the back. We had the likes of Cedric. We had Chambers, Holding, Kolasinac, and Tierney as well. So he's obviously going more defensive. But I was looking at that midfield, and it had Jack and Smith Rowe in the middle. And I'm thinking, who's going to actually stop these Man City boys just running straight through that midfield and
I
just
don't listen.
pelting balls?
There's two theories. There's two theories to this, right? Either said, Pep, I'm going to give you this game because that team was not going to get anything. I didn't even watch the first half properly, to be honest. The midfield, you bought Lakonga or Sambase to come in to do
Yeah,
a job. You left
yeah,
him on the bench. You
yeah.
put Klasnek up for sale, no takers. After so many, a year near enough, you brought him back into the team. You brought in Chambers at right back when you've got two right backs sitting on their ass on the bench. You brought in the young Smith Rowe, who's a very good player, but in this game, he needed a bit of a steal. That's not going to be his game. I, I could have run down the bookie and just throw some money on City's going to win this game, but
Yeah.
it's how many they're going to score. That was the problem. It's disheartening, but I don't like saying this, but Arteta's got to go. The longer we leave it, the more deeper we are in trouble.
To be fair, you've been
Bottom of the
shouting
league.
that out. You've been shouting that out every week. To be fair, that he's got to go.
Yeah.
It's been a long
Honestly,
time you've been saying it.
well, listen, it's there for everyone to see. He's lost the players. He's lost the changing room. They're not playing for him. The instruction that he's giving them, obviously, they're not doing it. You bought players and then you haven't given them a chance in a team. You have players like Pepe, Lacazette, kicking their heels on the bench where you need an out ball. Who's our out ball? Aubameyang by himself?
Well, I think today
No
Pepe.
midfield?
Pepe today. I think he was injured or there was an illness. I don't know. I don't know if it's COVID again because he wasn't even on the bench, which was shocking to me. Kolasinac, I'm just going to touch on that again. The fact is that apart from the West Brom match, the guy hasn't played for Arsenal in about 8 months. 8 months.
Yeah.
And then we've brought him in against Man City. I make it make sense because I can't, And as I said, that you've been saying for a long time, he's out of his depth. I have been shouting, do you know what? Give him a chance. You know, second half of of last season was positive. Obviously, we had the third best record in the league. If I'm honest, from what I saw today, nah, he's not good enough for Arsenal, to be quite honest. He's not good enough.
Norwich is going to give us such a runaround. Such a runaround. We will be lucky to even get a point against Crystal Palace. I mean, we are in a relegation fight. Let's not get that wrong.
We're bottom of the league. We're bottom of the league.
Yeah, and
you know,
I can't see. I'm looking at the players, and I can't see that drive and that energy and that positive thing. Even if we lose, we say, "Yeah, we had a good game." I can't even see that now.
Yeah.
They should have given Emery the chance to prove himself. They didn't. They went with Arteta. Arteta spent money, but he just spent money. He hasn't gone out there and done due diligence on the squad. He's had players like Saliba, was bought prior to him. He hasn't even given him the chance to kick his heels.
Yeah,
he hasn't given
but
him
yet
he
plays Kolasinac instead of he loans out Saliba and plays Kolasinac. That is
Saliba. He sent away on loan for the third time. He's brought in Ben White. Ben White came in, had one game, has a shocker. We ain't seen him since.
To be fair, let's be fair. He had He had COVID. He had COVID.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying you brought in players, and we haven't seen we haven't seen anything from these guys because they haven't been given a run in the team. Okay, and you keep going out and buying these players, give them one game, then they bench them, or they go down ill. Mystery, illness. There's something not right there, and I just think you need to start from the beginning. You can't get rid of the team. Get rid of the manager. Get rid of the manager. Bring in somebody with a bit of experience, like Conte. He doesn't have to come in and win nothing. Just come and steady the ship and make us move forward. Arteta is definitely not the guy to do that. He's poor. He's got poor management skills. There's no one turning up to say, you can say, okay, let's look at the team. Who's a real captain in that team?
Yeah. I was looking, as we were losing our heads, I was looking on that pitch and I was thinking, do you know what? Who's the guy to rally the troops and say, come on, guys, you know, you're playing for the badge here. Like, let's pick ourselves up.
Who was
I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him at all. Yeah.
He was not there.
Yeah.
He was not there.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you need to sort out. That's one of the very first things you need to sort out. Your captain and your vice captain. And you need to sort out the spine of that team.
But let me just say, like, for years, we haven't really had those players we could look to say, okay, he's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck. We don't have those Vieiras. We don't have the Martin Keowns. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't have Emmanuel Petits. We don't have even Henry's and those mentality, strong-minded players in our team, really, that are going to actually... And we haven't had it for years.
I think you've got one player there, and they keep on getting onto his case, who potentially could be a leader. But he can't do it by himself.
Who's that? Tierney?
And a Xhaka.
Oh, Xhaka. Okay. Yeah.
He is captain material.
Yeah, he is.
But he hasn't got the support around him to move it. We need a spine in that team. We got no spine. And your spine starts at your goalkeeper, your centre half, your midfield, and then your striker. And then you work everything around those guys. Of course, one will drop out here and there, but you need a spine. Have we got that? No, we have not.
But let me just say, in terms of our defense, like I don't agree with you where you mentioned that, you know, mystery illness, COVID, it was COVID, and if it was COVID, then Ben White's out and Gabriel's out as well. That's a big loss to us. Also, Partey's injured as well, so those are big losses for us. Personally, one thing I didn't understand today was why he didn't play Pablo Mari. Like, you've got him on the bench. Yeah, he hasn't had the best start, but look, Kolasinac should be gone. He shouldn't be nowhere near that pitch. Why are you playing him?
I'll give you the reason.
He had a shocker as well.
I would give you the reason they didn't play Mari. Mari was at Manchester City.
Yeah.
They know his weakness. They know he's like a barge. You can spin him easy. He's no problem to get past. We need to have players with strength and pace. Okay, we've got 2 centre half on loan that's got those 2 qualities. But instead of keeping one of them, I think we sold one and we loaned one out for the 3rd time. And then you've gone out and you've bought Ben White, which supposed to be is the next good thing. You kept Chambers and you kept Holding. These guys, they've got no pace. And not only that, their positioning is terrible. For centre halves, their positioning is terrible. Chambers might be getting a bit confused because he doesn't know whether he's a centre half now or a midfielder or a right back.
Facts.
Right? This is what's happened. So he's in his head, he's thinking, okay, where should I be now? Am I playing centre half, midfield, or right back? I don't know.
Yeah.
You've got these guys, Bellerin and Cedric, 2 right backs.
Bellerin's gone, man. Mentally, Bellerin's gone. You know, he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be here.
Listen, he doesn't want to be there because of the rubbish that's going on behind the scene. You see, some managers come in and they want to break down the mentality and turn you into a puppet and say, you do as I say.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have a brain. I am your brain. Bellerin ain't having none of that. This has happened at clubs before with other managers. Mourinho's one of the classics to say, I'm the manager. I know you're supposed to be a right back, but I'm playing you centre half. That's where I see you.
Or even what he done with Dele Alli. You know, mentally, he kind of finished him, like made him feel like he wasn't a good player. When we all know that he is a good player, to be fair. You know, I think for me, psychological, definitely. I think for me today, it's the manner of the defeats. There's one thing about losing, because let's be fair, the Man City team, pound for pound, they've got a better squad than us. They bought on Mahrez and Sterling. They would be in our first team. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's the manner of the defeats. I mean, it was 82% possession to 18%. We had one shot throughout the whole match, and that wasn't even on target. That for me,
but does that surprise you? If you look at that Arsenal team, has that team in that formation? How many times have you seen that team and that formation play? Never.
In fact, yeah.
Never.
Yeah, and it's his timing.
He keeps on doing these stupid things. He done it in the biggest game last season in the Europa League semi-finals. All of a sudden, you leave your strikers on the bench. You're playing the false 9. Hang on a bit. We ain't done that all season. We ain't done that. That team's never played this system. What are you doing?
Facts. Yeah.
Right? He's come out today against the champions. I've never seen that lineup before with those personnels. And I'm thinking, mate, we're done.
They look lost. They did look absolutely lost on that pitch, especially that defense.
Mate, listen, even if they do the game, they play that way in training as a team. That team has never played a professional game together in that formation as a unit. Never.
Yeah.
And you come up against the champions, you want to do that, mate. The manager needs to be sacked. He keeps on doing it in the biggest games, bringing in these crazy ideas, thinking I can turn you into Maradona, Eusebio, and Pele. Just listening to me, mate. You haven't got it.
Let me say something. You mentioned that he needs to be sacked, but he spent the most, out of any manager this season. I think it's about 135 million they quoted. He's brought in. He said he wanted a summer transfer, like to get his players that he wanted in. You know, I think he's got 5 players that have come in.
Have you?
If he goes there and we replace him, then have we not just wasted a whole summer getting in the players that he wants?
That's why.
And then the next manager's gonna.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you have managers. Now, a good coach would come in and say, right, what have I got? Let's see the weaknesses. You buy maybe 1 or 2 players. That 135 could have bought 2 quality players. You've gone out and bought 3 or 4 average players. Well, you've got average already. So why? Chelsea went out and said, we need a striker. So they spent, bang, that money on one player.
Yeah.
Quality.
But before that, they spent 200 million changing that team. That, you know, previously they spent a lot of money getting those players in. Chelsea last season. Let's be fair, you know, it does take time. It wasn't just that one signing. This is a new Chelsea team from last season, and then they've added in Lukaku.
No.
But for me, the one that hurt.
Go on. What Chelsea went out and done is bought players to cover for each position. If the goalkeeper is injured, they've got another quality keeper.
Kepa wasn't good enough, and then they bought him.
He wasn't good enough, but he was still quality. We went out, we sold our best goalkeeper. We sold our best goalkeeper for 20 million. I went and spent 30 million for a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Man, it don't
and
make sense.
Not even that. Let's not forget, before that, we bought in Runnerson.
Yes.
You know,
and that was his watch. Yeah. That was his watch. He's brought his new centre half. He brought his young centre half, Omic. We ain't seen him. It's supposed to be the next great thing. We ain't seen him. So and you're talking about you buy for the future. Mate, the future is now, because by the time, if we leave you in charge, we'll be playing not even championship football, we will play Division 1 football. This guy is taking us down.
Do you not feel that? Go on. Do you not feel that? Because I saw, obviously, you know, Solskjaer's been given a couple seasons. Like we've seen what he's done in his transfer window this season. He's bought, obviously, Varane, Ronaldo, Sancho. He spent less than us. Do you not think it's a case of Arteta needs a bit of time? Because before I looked at Solskjaer as a PE teacher. Now it looks like he's got a dream squad, you know? Yeah,
listen. You see, Manchester United, and my money is down on Man United to actually win this championship. And the reason I'm saying that is because the depth of the squad is brilliant. You've got youth in there with players like Greenwood and Rashford and all that, but you've also got experience with your Cavani, Varane, and that Ronaldo. My God, mate. And you're not going to play all of these you're not playing all of these old guys together all the time, but you can mix and match them because you've got experience through the squad. Arsenal hasn't got that. We've got that. He's destroyed it.
Yeah.
He's destroyed the mentality of the club. You can't get rid of the experience, and the experience that we've got left, they want to get out the door because they're thinking, no, this is rubbish. Bellerin wanted to go. Xhaka wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I even looked at that middle of the park today and thinking we just got rid of Lucas Torreira, and yet we had Smith Rowe and Xhaka in the center of that midfield trying to stop this Man City midfield just bursting straight through us and getting goals. And that's literally what they're doing. Literally, they would take it. It was a training match out there. It was a training match.
Well, that's a good point you brought up, Torreira. Now, why wasn't he given a chance in the team? He was doing brilliant before he came, and all of a sudden, he ain't good enough.
Yeah. I agree. I fully agree. I think he should have been given a chance.
The squad.
Yeah.
You know, Emery and his team was putting together something good. They brought in young and they brought some experience. So you brought in guys like Martinelli, Torreira, Saliba. So you had guys for the future and guys for now. Saliba now should be in that team. Saliba now would be
at least in that squad. At least in that squad. Like I want to see him. Like, to be quite honest, because if you're saying that this squad is that you've got at the moment is better than Saliba, then you know Saliba must be shocking. But we're seeing when he plays for Marseille, when he played last season on loan as well, that he's a good player. Do you know what I'm saying? He was player of the season, and he only played half a season. You know, in the French league. So I'm starting to.
Arteta has got an ego issue and his poor management skills. Whatever it is, he needs to sort himself out. And front up the players and talk to them properly and deal and be a coach. That's the first thing. Be a coach.
You mentioned a good point. I agree. You mentioned a good point offline where you said that even if you have players who you don't particularly like their attitude, so to speak, you're a manager, you manage it. you know.
That's
And we had some decent players where, yeah, they may not be, you may have not got on with them, but if you groomed
what
it
you
to
do.
what you need, Guendouzi, yeah, you know, I see a good player in him. But yeah, I think the shocking thing for me is we
Arsenal,
spent
very good player.
135 million, and we
Bought
don't
what?
look any better. We don't look any better. But listen, what?
The
Give me
worst.
a positive. Give me a positive.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me a positive. The next few games will be easier accordingly, where we've got after the international break. So we can regroup, get Party back, and yeah,
All right.
get Gabriel
Onwards.
back, get Lacazette back into the team with Aubameyang and
Yeah.
Pepe and
Well,
Martinelli, get them all on the same hymn sheet, get Odegaard Ray working in midfield.
yeah.
Yeah, so onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, hopefully. You know, we can only move upwards, to be quite honest, because we've been going backwards, if I'm honest with you. Listen, Richie Rich, thank you for your time today. I do fully appreciate it, man. It's not the best time to be talking. Hopefully, next time we talk, we'll be talking about a victory and how well Arsenal played. But until next time, take it easy.
Stay blessed, my brother.